Hi, I'm really glad you're here today. Today, I'm going to teach you how I stop myself from forcing. I have to do it a lot because it's not an automatic thing for me, but we're going to get to the bottom of it and we're going to shift forcing into just inspired action. Because I know we all have to take action when we have manifestations in our lives that we'd like to see occur, but I've forced myself to do everything my whole entire life. And I'm sure it started when I was really little. And I have just gotten to the point where I force myself to do just about everything. And Neville Godard will tell us that forced action is not going to make anything that you want to manifest show up for you. Or if it does, it's going to be a lot of effort. And efforting is not what he teaches. He teaches that whatever action we do take should come from inspired action, not forcing. But I find myself in a very sort of frustrated place most of the time because I force myself to do the next thing, and I also resist forcing myself to do the next thing, which causes no action at all. So because this is really up for me, I want to help you figure out how to do this, because I had to figure out how to shift myself from forcing to allowing an inspired action to occur. So when I find myself being forced by myself, obviously, to do the next thing, like I had a list of chores that I had to do today, and I wanted to get them all done. I sat there and systematically organized how to get these things done based on what time places opened and how I could do this in a way that I would drive along a certain route and get everything done. None of that occurred. None of it. Here's what happened. I went to a farmer's market and no one was set up yet. But on the website it said that this farmer's market is open at 7 a.m. That was not true. I wanted to go and meet up with a friend of mine, and they were not where they normally are this time of day. They had other things going on. Of course they did. But I was just like, okay, enough forcing, enough trying to figure it all out and make it happen. And I went and got a cup of coffee, bought my favorite coffee beans at the roaster, and then I was just driving around, basically, but I was driving in a direction that was generally in the direction of getting me home and to the next place that I knew would be open. So I did that, and that went okay. And then my friend texted me and told me where she was, so I met up with her. And then it just happened that I stopped forcing and things started to occur the way the universe wanted them to occur, not the way my organized, forcing mind wanted them to occur. So the thing is that these things happen just for me during ordinary things, ordinary daily chores and stuff. I find myself trying to force myself. So I sat there and I thought to myself, okay, listen, I am going to force myself to stop forcing, which is ridiculous. Of course it is. So in the end, what I did was I sat and I closed my eyes and I took a few slow, deep breaths, pulled my focus into my heart, not forced my focus into my heart, but just sort of brought my attention to my heart. And as I did that, everything calmed down. And it occurred to me, what should I do next? And as as I allowed things to happen, everything fell into place. But whenever I was forcing myself to let this logical list of things occur the way I thought they should, it was a lot of energy, a lot of just being in an old pattern. And honestly, it was exhausting. So I ended up allowing all of these things that I needed to have happen chore-wise to occur. And when that happened, then I was able to just end up at my house. And I laid down and took a nap. And I started my day over again. Because sometimes that's what it takes, starting my day over again. But if you're stuck in a place where you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling like you have to force yourself to do the next thing, because I know that's how I've lived my entire life, and it's easy for me to jump into that pattern again, take some slow, deep breaths. Bring your heart, your mind, and your focus to your heart. And as you do that, you align with the universe again. You align with how God wants things to show up for you, how your angels have already figured it out for you. Stop thinking, just allow. I'm talking to myself, of course. But I hope this helped someone out there today. And if it did, that made my day. So have a great day. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.